There is a York in hot water, and for once it's not Prince Andrew. On Sunday, new leaked emails were published between Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York and ex-wife to Prince Andrew, and Jeffrey Epstein. And the scandal here is that she lied. She publicly lied when she publicly came out and said it was a gigantic error of judgment to get anywhere near Jeffrey Epstein. Quote, "I am just so contrite, I cannot say." It wasn't just because of the growing pressure to say something publicly because of her ex-husband's ties to Jeffrey Epstein, but also because she had accepted a £15,000 bailout from him. Let's work our way back. So I went over to The Guardian, which is based in the UK, to see what they had written. And their headline is Sarah Ferguson apologized to Jeffrey Epstein after disowning him, leaked emails suggest. Notice that suggest. The headline here directly quotes the letter. And it's not because NBC News has the letter. The burden of proof is different in the UK versus the US when it comes to what you can publish. In the US, journalists were protected not only by the First Amendment, but also by who has the burden of proof when it comes to proving libel. In the US, it is on the claimant to prove that what was said or written was incorrect. In the UK, the burden of proof is switched. The publisher has to prove that what they wrote was true. So in this case, one of the reasons you're getting suggest is because The Guardian has presumably not seen these emails. But according to them and according to NBC, who has seen the emails, is the Mail on Sunday who broke the story about this. Like, this is an actual exclusive. It's further interesting that going back to the NBC News piece, that a spokeswoman for Sarah Ferguson said the email was to counter a threat Epstein had made to sue her for defamation. My first question is, defamed for what exactly? And would this have to be proved in the UK courts, US courts? But also they're speaking out about this. And they are saying, yes, those emails are real. Because of the way the burden of proof works, Daily Mail, based on this article, should have these emails. So if they were taken to court, they could lay it all out. Weeks after she publicly disowned Epstein, she wrote him a private message calling him, quote, steadfast, generous, and supreme friend. She admits she only distanced herself from him to save her own reputation and because she's got book deals. That wouldn't surprise me because according to Andrew Lowney's book entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York, after Diana died, Fergie reached out to the tabloids to basically pitch herself as kind of go-to royal to get pictures of, and maybe she could be on retainer or something like that. She, quote, humbly apologized to the convicted sex offender for letting him down, but she wants to be a children's author. Optics are not great, but also, why are you putting this in email? She also wrote, quote, how can I thank you enough? You are a friend indeed, and I will one day give it to you back, but I cannot have the words to thank you now. It goes on to say, sometimes the heart speaks better than words. You have my heart with lots of love. Dear Jeffrey. Oof! When you feel more compelled to apologize to the convicted sex offender. Please don't just do this for your career. Do this to not be a terrible person and actually change. Clearly we're not, so here's an excuse. Fallout from this is ongoing. Yet another charity has just dropped her. Children's charity Julia's House said today that it would be, quote, inappropriate to stay involved with Sarah Ferguson after her email apology to Epstein emerged. The Natasha Allergy Research Foundation have also announced that they are severing ties with Sarah. A fellow charity, Prevent Breast Cancer, also dropped her. And the Teenage Cancer Trust is reportedly reviewing her position. I have a feeling there will be enough pressure similar to what happened to Prince Andrew that she will eventually be dropped. This is essentially what happened with Prince Andrew after he was served a civil lawsuit in the US and had that disastrous interview. He was stripped of military titles and royal patronages because of public pressure, specifically from people who had served the country. It wasn't this moral conundrum for the British royal family, it was public pressure. We don't have military titles or things like that to strip from Sarah. Obviously, losing charity patronages, perhaps other deals, could hurt financially. I think everyone's real question is, are they just going to be around for Christmas again this year? Doing the walkabouts, photographed, Andrew driving with William and Kate last year. Is there enough pressure for the family to take some sort of step? And what real step can they take? Andrew has suddenly proved after 5 years of not having these documents that prove that actually he is entitled to the Royal Lodge for like a 75-year agreement at a certain rate. And Sarah lives with him. But I think what's probably most telling and what leads me to believe what we will see is the first line from this NBC News piece. Quote, after having showcased its finest pomp and pageantry during President Donald Trump's state visit last week, Britain's royal family has quickly been plunged back into all too familiar controversy. After the pomp and pageantry of hosting another dear friend of Jeffrey Epstein. What is the royal family to do? Probably nothing. My best guess is, like every other instance involving Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, this will eventually die down and people will move on and nothing will really change.